The secret to IELTS speaking test is pretty simple. Just memorize a few fancy phrases, throw in a few big words, and boom, you will get a band score of 8. Do you also think like that? Well, if you do, then you are wrong, dead wrong. Because here's a simple truth: the students who succeed are not the ones who sound like Shakespeare, but they are the ones who know how to avoid the traps that the examiners have set for them to fail. So, are you ready? Let's start. Trap number one: the memorized answer trick. So, I have a story to share. I have a friend who has a food business, and whenever he wants to hire a new chef or a new cook for his restaurant, he would ask them and tell them, okay, come tomorrow, cook me something. If I like it, I will hire you. Now, as soon as they are about to leave, he would casually stop them and ask them, by the way, what's something that you don't like cooking? And they would give an answer. And the next day, when that person comes, guess what my friends ask them to cook? He asks them to cook the exact same thing they don't like. And this is what IELTS does to you. Yes, you must have memorized answers for describe your hometown or what's your favorite memory or what do you think about global warming. But the examiner will never ask you that. No, they will ask you any random question like, what do you think about insulated water bottles? And then you panic. You are like, what I really think about insulated water bottles, whether they are good, they are bad, are they environment friendly or not, and so on. And that, my friend, is the trap. See, examiners are trained to detect fake answers. They are trained to pick fake answers, rehearsed answers. And if they think that the answer you are giving is fake, they will push you through the limit. They will ask you unexpected questions. And then you are bound to score less on these unexpected questions. And you will be judged on that. You will not be judged on your memorized answers, but you will be judged where you fumbled. Now, the question is how to get out of this trap. See, here's the thing. Whenever you are asked a weird question, be honest about it. Be real about it. For example, they asked you, what are your opinions about insulated bottles? Then you can simply say, I don't have any precise opinion, but I think they are good. They keep the water warm and they also keep the water cold. So I think they are cold. I don't know if they are environment friendly or not. You can give a very simple, very honest answer. Just remember, the more you keep it simple and honest, the more it will be better for you, the more better score you will get. Trap number two: the pressure test. Now, when I was in school, during my exam, I would go through my question paper and become very happy, marking all the easy questions, saying, I know this, I know this, I know that, and so on. And then I would move to the difficult part and solve the difficult question first. But as soon as I came back to the easy ones, I would mess up completely. Yes, I would forget the answers. And that's the same strategy that the IELTS examiners use. Yes, if they think you are a band 4 or 5, they will ask easy peasy questions to you. But if they think you are a band 7 or higher, they will throw tough questions at you, especially at the end when you are stressed and tired. And in this moment, you are bound to panic. You will say things like, I don't know, or I'm not sure about. And that's the biggest mistake you make. See, they are not there for the right answer. They are not looking for it. They just want to know whether you will be able to give a response under pressure, whether you will be able to stay calm and composed and give answers to abstract questions. So instead of fumbling or saying, I don't know, you can say, I'm not really sure about insulated bottles, but technology has increased a lot and it will work in the favor as well. See, this is very basic, very simple. It's much better than silence. Trap number three: the vocabulary list. See, many students cramp up a lot of band 9 vocabularies like plethora, enunciate, exhilarate, and so on. They do this to impress the examiners. But trust me, the examiners are not getting impressed by these big words. And here's why. Some words only work for certain topics or certain discussions. For example, the word architectural heritage will only work for hometowns or when you're talking about a monument. They will not work for when you're talking about food or weather or a favorite color. So instead of that, go for simpler words. Examiners like simple words, topic related words, words that you can express clearly, where you can express your idea clearly without any awkwardness. And now, the biggest secret: most students fail not because they lack skill, but because they lack confidence. And that was all. Here's all you need to remember. Number one, Don't memorize your answers. Number 2, don't panic. Number 3, don't stuff your answers with band 9 words. And most importantly, believe that you're good enough and you can do it. Download the Fixalang app today and get 2 free assessments.